You may think it's pretty unusual for a fertility doctor to teach about at-home inseminations. After all, I do IUIs in my clinic. I help people with IVF. I mean, why am I teaching about something that I can't provide? Isn't that competition? Well, I'm Dr. Lora Shahine, and I want to teach about all things fertility. And at-home inseminations can be really helpful for a lot of people. And access to care is a huge issue. A lot of people can't afford to see a reproductive endocrinologist, or location is a huge barrier. A lot of people don't live close to a reproductive endocrinologist. And some people can really benefit from starting off with something simple. So today we're going to learn all about at-home insemination kits. I may be a reproductive endocrinologist with my own practice in Seattle, Washington, but I love teaching all about fertility. You can find more content from me on Instagram, on my website, drlorashahine.com, on TikTok. I'm an author. I've written multiple books you can find online, and you can listen to my weekly podcast, Baby or Bust, every Monday, anywhere you listen to podcasts. In this video, we're going to go over 5 main things. Number 1, we're going to review what an at-home insemination kit is. Number 2, we're going to go over who should consider using an at-home insemination kit. Number 3, we're going to go over who should not consider doing an at-home insemination kit. Number 4, we're going to review an actual kit. We're going to do an unboxing here so you can see exactly what you would get in the mail. And number 5, I'm going to give you tips for success so you can optimize your outcome using an at-home insemination kit. Take a moment to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss my weekly videos and education on all things fertility. Thank you to Mosie Baby for making this video possible. That is the insemination kit we're going to go over today. They sent me a kit that I received in the mail, and we're going to do an unboxing, and I'll show you exactly what it's like and how to use it. So let's get started. Topic number 1, we're going to review exactly what an at-home insemination kit is. Basically, you are getting sperm close to and within the reproductive tract around the time of ovulation to improve your chances of getting pregnant that cycle. You can get pregnant in the comfort of your own home with a little bit of assistance. You can use at-home insemination kits with fresh ejaculated, like partner sperm, or you can use it with frozen sperm, like donor sperm from a donor sperm bank. At-home insemination kits are intravaginal inseminations. It's not the same thing as an intracervical or an intrauterine insemination. Let me explain. So here is a model of the pelvis. This is the uterus right here. And you can see the fallopian tubes and the ovaries on either side. This is the opening to the vagina, and you can look down the vagina and you can see the cervix right there. That is the bottom part of the uterus, and that is where sperm goes into the uterine cavity, swims up through the uterine cavity into the fallopian tubes, and hopefully meets an egg there that has ovulated from the ovaries. So with intercourse or with an at-home insemination kit, you're placing sperm into the vagina close to the cervix, and the sperm still needs to swim through the cervix and through the reproductive tract to find the egg. Now in clinic, what I do is an intrauterine insemination. So we actually have washed and prepped sperm, resuspended it in a little media, and we put it in a syringe. We attach the syringe to this little tiny soft catheter, and I place a speculum in the vagina so I can see the cervix, and then I place the catheter through the cervix, and when I know that the catheter is in the uterine cavity, I just very gently depress the syringe, and that places the sperm into the uterine cavity, and that's it. So an intrauterine insemination is very simple. One thing that's really important to understand is you cannot do an intrauterine insemination at home for a couple of reasons. Number 1, it's really not sterile to try to stick something through the cervix and into the uterine cavity. I think that would be a risk of infection. And number 2, you cannot place ejaculated sperm into the uterine cavity. The uterus will reject it. The sperm ejaculated actually comes out with mixed secretions from the prostate gland and other glands that are actually quite acidic. And if it's not washed and prepped and sperm isolated from the ejaculate, it can be very irritating to the cervix and the uterine cavity. And honestly, it could cause a lot of cramping and be really, really uncomfortable. So it's different when you have an at-home insemination or intercourse, or you're putting ejaculated sperm into the vagina. The cervix acts like a natural filter, and it needs to do that, but you cannot place unwashed, unprepped sperm into the uterine cavity at home. Not a good idea. So topic number 2, who should consider doing at-home inseminations? There's 3 main groups of people. Number 1, anybody that's having difficulty with intercourse, and that can be either pain with intercourse, vaginismus, or erectile dysfunction, difficulty ejaculating with intercourse, but okay collecting a sample at home. An at-home insemination kit would be perfect for couples that are having either of these situations. The second group of people are people that have done a little testing, they have unexplained infertility, they want to try something simple at home, or they're waiting to see the specialist and it's going to take a couple months to see them and they want to try something different, something simple at home to up their chances. The third group of people is anybody using frozen donor sperm from a donor sperm bank. So this could be same-sex couples, this could be a single mom by choice, and they want to get the sperm from the sperm bank, thaw it, and use it at home. That's another option. Topic number 3, who should not do at-home insemination kits? There's 4 main groups that I think about. Number 1, if you know that the male partner has a significantly low sperm count, it's a really low chance of success using an at-home insemination kit. And an intrauterine insemination or even IVF, in which we can help with fertilization outside of the body with the egg and sperm, those can really help significant male factor. At-home insemination kits are not going to be that helpful. The second group, women with blocked fallopian tubes. If the fallopian tubes are blocked, getting the sperm into the vagina, into the uterine cavity, the egg and sperm are not going to be able to meet because the fallopian tubes are blocked. So that is not a good candidate. Number 3, anybody that is not ovulating regularly. If someone is not having regular periods, very unpredictable menstrual cycles, I do not think at-home insemination kits are right because it's going to be so difficult to figure out when you're ovulating and you're just wasting precious time. I think you should figure out why you're not ovulating, get testing, and help figure out how to know when you're ovulating. And then maybe if you can confirm when you're ovulating, then you could try some at-home insemination kits, but work with a specialist if this is your case. And number 4, anybody with a sexually transmitted disease, you should not be doing at-home inseminations if that is at all a possibility. What are the pros and cons of using an at-home insemination kit? Well, there are about 3 pros that I can think of. Number 1, an at-home kit is significantly less expensive than seeing a specialist and doing an intrauterine insemination. The Mosie baby kit, which comes with 2 attempts per box, is about $129 right now. And inseminations in the clinic can range anywhere from $300 to $1,000, depending on the medication that you're using, the cost of the clinic, whether you're using ultrasounds to really time things well, a trigger shot, etc. So at-home inseminations are usually significantly less expensive. A second pro is it's in your home. It's on your terms. It's in the comfort of your home. Some people have significant anxiety going to clinics. They might have had negative interactions with health providers in the past, and they just really want to try something private for a little while before they actually consider going to a specialist. A third pro, I already touched on this, but I do see so many couples that are having difficulty having intercourse and trying at home for whatever reason. And I think at-home insemination kits are perfect for these people. And what are the cons? Well, it's not going to work for everyone. And I really think you need to make sure you're a good candidate for it before you start doing it. That's my humble opinion. I'll talk about that in a second. And another con is it's not as successful as an intrauterine insemination or in vitro fertilization or IVF for some of the things that I can provide in the clinic, but it can be a good first start. And if it's successful and you don't have to come see me, that is fantastic because I just want the best for you. Now let's get to the unboxing. So this is what I got in the mail. I love that it is discreet packaging. It doesn't say Mosie baby anywhere. It doesn't say at-home insemination kit. When I opened it up, well, I don't know if everybody gets this, but I got this amazing bag from Mosie Baby that shows the anatomy of the vulva and the clitoris, and that's absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. Okay, but this is what the kit looks like. So, at-home insemination, Mosie Baby, and if we open it up, that comes off. That's cute. Let's make a baby. Fabulous. Open it up. We've got some instructions here. We have 2 collection cups. That's sweet. We are here for you. Is that it's not a sticker, but it's got the QR code. They actually have a lot of really good education material on their website. They have a good YouTube channel too. And then it comes with 2 syringes that are like this. So instructions, 2 collection cups, and 2 syringes. So pretty simple. Mosie Baby has a really cool story. It is a company that was founded in 2017 by this couple that was really struggling to start their family. They tried for a long time. You can read their story on the website. They finally conceived with an intrauterine insemination with a fertility clinic. Not mine, but I was just kind of thinking like mine. And they really did not like coming into the clinic. It felt cold, it felt clinical. And when they were ready to start to add to their family, Maureen, the female partner of the couple, said, I think I can do this better. And she actually figured out and designed an at-home insemination kit. And their son, Frank, is the first Mosie Baby. I love it. It's a beautiful story. Actually, let me know in the comments if you think I should interview Maureen and her husband maybe for the Baby or Bust podcast. I'd love to learn more about their story. But since Frank, the first Mosie Baby, they've actually helped over 100,000 families. And I just love their educational content and what they're trying to do. I think it's a pretty amazing story. So you can get your own kit, either go to mosiebaby.com or actually saw that you can get it at CVS. There's a couple of different places to get it. Each kit has 2 tries and it's about $129 right now when I made this video. So some other notes to know about Mosie Baby. It's made in the United States. They have a medical advisory board that really gives them insight on things. The syringes themselves and the collection cups are made in a medical grade facility. Now, it's not sterile. I think that's important. You know, the vagina is not sterile. So these cups they come sealed, the syringes come sealed, but the whole process itself is not necessarily sterile, but it's still clean. Another thing that I really like is this syringe. It's actually patented for this use for at-home inseminations and created by Mosie Baby. You can see it's got kind of a soft rounded tip. The tip is actually designed to be like the tip of a penis, and the opening kind of allows the sperm to come out like it would with ejaculation. So most syringes have kind of sharp edges right here. They're a little bit flat. I mean, they're used to put catheters on the end and to put needles on the end, but placing that in the vagina, sometimes that could be a little bit uncomfortable. See how this is sort of rounded, and it's just a really, really nice design. You need to know that the syringes and the collection cups are not reusable. So there are 2 cups and 2 syringes in each kit. And I love that because that means you can try twice in that fertile window, the 6 days leading up to and including ovulation. If you want more information on ovulation, see my videos here on ovulation. And if you want tips on baby making sex, I've got that video there that tells you about the fertile window and how often to try and things. But I do tell my patients that you want to try at least 2 or 3 times within that 6 days leading up to ovulation. So having 2 attempts with each kit is perfect for 1 cycle because the syringes and the cups are not reusable. All right, topic number 5, tips for success if you're using an at-home insemination kit. Number 1, you've got to know your cycle. Take a couple months to figure out what your cycle is like. Not everybody has a 28-day cycle. Not everybody is ovulating on cycle day 14. Apps on your phone aren't very helpful because they're not learning your own body. They're just sort of thinking what's happening with the majority of people out there. But it's important to figure out what your cycle is like. Like if you are having typically 28, 30-day cycles, you're probably ovulating around cycle day 14, 15. So you're going to learn your window of fertility and know when to try. It's great to have these 2 tries in the 6 days kind of leading up to and including ovulation, and just optimizing that. You got to know what your cycle is like. Tip number 2, I don't know that this is possible for everyone, but I would love for people to get testing before they do at-home insemination kits. Again, this is not possible always, but I think it would be really important for a male partner to get a semen analysis before they start spending money and time on at-home inseminations. So you can get those. I think it's great if you can get it from a fertility clinic. I've got lots of videos here on how to prepare for your semen analysis and what to expect. There are some at-home kits that can do, at least that there's sperm in the ejaculate. I just really don't want people to waste time and then say, gosh, we're still not getting pregnant. We spent all this time and money on at-home inseminations, and you go to the fertility clinic and they say, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe this, but there's there's no sperm in the ejaculate. Of course, it's rare, but I just think that's important. In a perfect world, I would love for the female partner to have an anatomy checkup. I don't want people to all of a sudden not realize that they have fibroids that are affecting fertility, or not realizing that the fallopian tubes are blocked. Access to care is a big deal. Sometimes testing is hard to get. I'm just saying, in a perfect world, I would love for people to have testing to kind of know that the basics are there. The anatomy is there, the sperm is there. They know that they're ovulating, and they're going to really have a much higher chance of success with these at-home kits if they do a little bit of a checkup first. Again, if it's possible. As far as tips for success for using the kit, the Mosie Baby kit, I actually love the instruction manual that they have. It's really clear as far as how to use the collection cups, how to get the specimen with the syringe out of the cup, lying down and relaxing, and how to place it. And then as far as timing, I agree with what they say. They basically say, try to use the first syringe within 12 to 18 hours after the first sign of ovulation, and then do it again about 18 to 24 hours later. You are going to hear so many different things from so many different people, and people stress out a lot about trying. So let me teach you the physiology, because then you can understand. The egg is viable for about 12 to 24 hours after ovulation. Sperm is viable and in the reproductive tract looking for that egg for up to 5 days after ejaculation. Maybe with frozen sperm, it's a little bit less. It might be closer to 48 hours of viability and looking for the egg, but still, it's a couple of days. When you see signs of ovulation, which could be an ovulation predictor kit or the thinning cervical mucus, things like that, I like the ovulation predictor kit's a little bit better. It's a little bit more predictable. Then you are probably ovulating the next day. So I don't want you to stress out about this, but basically what they're trying to say is, when you have the first signs of ovulation, makes sense. It's in the middle of your cycle. You're seeing cervical mucus. Hopefully you get a positive ovulation predictor kit. They're saying use the first syringe about 18 to 24 hours later, and then repeat it about 24 hours later after that. And you are going to get in this fertilization window. Now, you might not be able to do that every cycle. There can be a little bit of variability, but that is a really good, accurate guideline. Mosie Baby has a lot of information on their website, on their YouTube channel. I'm going to link some of them in the description below. Like, there's one that really helps learn a little bit about timing. They also have a great video on how to use frozen sperm from a donor sperm bank that comes to your house. They talk about how to thaw it and how to use the kit with frozen donor sperm, giving you some tips for success. But the question is, what is the success rate? If I use an at-home insemination kit, what are the chances I'm going to get pregnant and have a baby? In reality, it's not going to be more than 20% each cycle that you try. And it could be lower than that. It depends on person's age, fertility diagnosis, sperm counts, health. There's so many things that go into the chances of success, but really it's not going to be more than 20%, because that's our chances of getting pregnant with intercourse. Even when we're in our 20s and we're our most fertile, as we get into our 30s and even into our 40s, it's going to be less than 20% each cycle that you try. So that's why at-home insemination kits are wonderful. They're a great thing to start and do in the comfort of your own home, but it is not a long-term solution. I think trying it 3 cycles, maybe 6, just don't delay getting testing and making sure the basics are there. Make sure you do a semen analysis, make sure the anatomy is okay. And you can keep trying at home, but start to think about scheduling a visit with someone like me, a reproductive endocrinologist, if it is not happening within 3, maximum 6 cycles of trying. So thank you to Mosie Baby for sending me this kit and making this video possible. I love educating on all things fertility, and at-home insemination kits are something that can be a wonderful option for certain people. So I hope you learned something today. Make sure you like this video if you learned something, comment with questions that you have, and be sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss my weekly videos. And as always, sending you love, luck, and pineapples.